Hi, this is Clint from Snapcom Engineering. In this video I will highlight the main tab of the SocialBox software. So the first option is the language choice. You can set multiple languages at the same time. If you do so, you can set one by default and you can activate the language selection pop-up. This enables the user to choose the language before using the photo booth. Now, when you set multiple languages, make sure that when you enter mail content, so you can see how this works in other videos, but for example, right now I accepted English and French, so you will enter mail content and mail title in English, and if you want to change the mail content and title in French, you must change this here, and then you can change the mail title and content right here. The same goes for Facebook, Twitter, and anywhere where you can set a comment for the photo. The home screen, this is activated when you want the photo booth to display a home screen after a certain amount of inactivity. So when the photo booth is not used for 300 seconds, for example, the home screen will be displayed on the photo booth. If you have several JPEGs, that should be displayed in slides. For example, if one JPEG is your logo, and the second is communication saying touch the photo booth to start, then those two JPEGs will be displayed in an interval of 5 seconds. Photo slideshow, when you activate this option, the photos taken by the photo booth will be sent to an external screen. So you must connect the external screen to the photo booth with the HDMI cable, and then you can set how many of the last taken photos. So for example, the 10 last photos will be sent to the external screen, and they will be displayed with an interval of 5 seconds. The screen and stretch options here are for you to play with the way the photos are displayed on the external screen. Action settings. So all the outputs of the photo are stored here. We have survey, Facebook, print, Twitter, save, and mail. When you choose for buttons, the participant will see the several activated outputs at the same time. So the final photo will appear on the screen, and the participant can choose between participating to a survey, or sharing on Facebook, or printing. But he will not be it will not be mandatory for the participants to share the photo on Facebook, for example. So in order to do this, you can add a sequence. Now, in the sequence mode, the first step of the final photo will be a survey, and the participant will be obliged to go through this step before he can share it on Facebook, and before he eventually will be able to print the photo. Now you can also make those steps skippable. Then a next button will enable the participant to go ahead and go to print. But basically, if you want people to answer or participate to a survey, or share the photo on Facebook, or enter their email address, then you must not make that step skippable. Now the email address can also be asked during the survey, and it will also be sent to the email address after completing the survey. So if you ask for an email in the survey, you don't have to activate the mail function here. Then we have a privacy policy. It shows the link to the privacy policy during the form, So during the survey, it will also be possible to consult the privacy policy while asking, so during the opt-in, while asking for the whether the email address can be used for commercial purposes or not. So this is interesting for companies. They always want the participants to be able to see the privacy policy. And then the last option here is wireless trigger. When you activate this, you can activate the counter from a distance with infrared with a remote control. And then we have backup settings and load settings. So basically, when you're finished configuring the entire photo booth, going through all the tabs, you can back up the settings and save the file into a config file somewhere on the computer. And then let's say you have multiple events during the weekend or during the week, you can configure the photo booth in advance and just load the configuration, load the setting of your choice when needed.